Hello, my name is Chavez, and we're going to go ahead and talk about carbon monoxide today. So the first question is, what is carbon monoxide? Carbon monoxide is an odorless, colorless, toxic gas and is formed by the incomplete combustion of material containing carbon. It is the leading cause of chemical poisoning in the workplace and at home. Carbon monoxide is usually present as a gas. It can, however, be liquefied or solidified. Where is carbon monoxide found? Carbon monoxide is mainly produced by the incomplete combustion of materials containing carbon. This means that it is produced from anything that will burn, including solids, liquids, or gaseous material. Some common examples are anytime you burn fuel in a car or truck, small engines, stove, lanterns, grills, fireplaces, gas ranges, or furnaces. It is also formed in large amounts by several industrial processes. Improperly ventilated appliances and engines, particularly in the tightly sealed or enclosed spaces, can form pockets of carbon monoxide in areas because of the little air movement. This little air movement may allow carbon monoxide to accumulate to dangerous levels. Carbon monoxide is able to disperse so easily in workplaces or home because of specific gravity of the carbon monoxide. This is because its density is almost identical to that of air. Gas cools rapidly to the temperature of the surrounding air, which also aids in disbursement. Carbon monoxide is flammable. Mixtures of carbon monoxide and air in the flammable range will ignite if the flame or spark is present. Flammable mixtures contain the carbon monoxide of other gases and can be ignited easily by the heated surfaces or open flames. What is the cause of carbon monoxide poisoning? Carbon monoxide poisoning is caused by inhaling combustion fumes. Carbon monoxide interferes with the ability of the blood to transport oxygen. Hemoglobin, a protein that is present in red blood cells, normally binds with oxygen and transports it to all parts of the body. Carbon monoxide competes with oxygen and binds to hemoglobin much more easily. Carbon monoxide is therefore a chemical asphyxiant. This means that it prevents sufficient oxygen from reaching the tissues and organs. Insufficient oxygen can cause death. What are the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning? Signs and symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning may include dull headache, weakness, dizziness, nausea or vomit, shortness of breath, confusion, blurred vision, or loss of consciousness. Prolonged or repeated exposures to low levels of carbon monoxide are typical workplace exposures. At airborne concentrations of 50 parts per million, specific effects may not immediately be noticeable, but exposures may reduce alertness, perception, or performance of fine motor tasks. Prolonged large exposures can cause permanent brain damage to the heart, possibly leading to life-threatening cardiac complications, or even death. Factors affecting severity. The effects of carbon monoxide in the body are determined by the amount inhaled. Factors which affect the dose include concentration of carbon monoxide in the air, length of exposure, rate of work, or how much we inhale. Three other factors that determine the effect of carbon monoxide on the body are age, individual susceptibility, smoker versus non-smoker. So smokers are going to have a higher level of carbon monoxide in their blood and may experience harmful effects at a lower concentration. Who is at the greatest risk of carbon monoxide poisoning? The fact is, everyone is at risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. Each year, more than 400 Americans die from unintentional carbon monoxide poisoning, not linked to fires. More than 20,000 visit the emergency room, and more than 4,000 are hospitalized. Pregnant women, the physically active, elderly, heavy smokers, sufferers from respiratory disease, sufferers from heart disease are all at the highest risk. This is because they have greater need for oxygen or are impaired in their ability of their body to provide adequate supply. What to do if someone is poisoned? The warning signs for carbon monoxide poisoning can be subtle, but the condition is a life-threatening medical emergency. If you think or someone you're with may have carbon monoxide poisoning, get into fresh air and seek emergency medical care. The treatment. So if you are brought to an emergency room with a suspect carbon monoxide poisoning, you may begin treatment immediately. To confirm the diagnosis, the doctor may have a blood sample taken to test for carbon monoxide in the blood. So once you're at the hospital, treatment may involve breathing in a pure oxygen. So you may breathe in pure oxygen through a mask placed over your mouth or nose. This helps oxygen reach the organs and tissues. If you can't breathe on your own, a machine ventilator may help you in breathing. Another option is spending time in a pressurized oxygen chamber. In many cases, the hyperbolic oxygen therapy is recommended. This therapy involves breathing pure oxygen in a chamber in which the air pressure is about 2 or 3 times higher than normal. This speed of replacement in carbon monoxide with oxygen in your blood. The hyperbaric chamber therapy may be used in several cases in severe carbon monoxide poisoning. It helps protect your heart and brain tissue, which is particularly vulnerable to injury during carbon monoxide poisoning. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy may also be recommended for pregnant women because of their unborn baby are especially susceptible to damage of carbon monoxide poisoning. Simple precautions can help prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. Probably the easiest one is installing a carbon monoxide detector. Putting one in the hallway near each sleeping area of your house, checking the batteries every time you check your smoke detector batteries at least twice a year. If the alarm sounds, leave the house, call 911 or the fire department. Carbon monoxide detectors are also available for motorhomes and boats. Be particularly precautious if you have an attached garage. Leaving your car running in a space attached to the rest of your house is never safe, even with the car garage open. Use gas appliances as they are recommended. Never use gas stove or oven to heat your home. Use portable gas camps and stoves for outdoors only. Use fuel burning space heaters only when someone is awake and to monitor them, and the door or window is open to provide fresh air. Don't run a generator in enclosed spaces such as a basement or garage. Keep the fuel burning appliances and engines properly ventilated. These include space heaters, furnaces, grills, cooking ranges, water heaters, fireplaces, portable generators, wood burning stoves, cars or truck engines. It's also smart to ask your utility company about a yearly checkup for all gas appliances, including your furnace. You also want to keep your fireplace in good condition and repair. You can do this by cleaning your fireplace and chimney and flue every year. It's also smart to keep your vents and chimneys unblocked during remodeling. Check that they aren't ever covered up from tarps and debris. There are some laws and regulations, not a whole lot, that are regulating carbon monoxide, and most of these laws are relatively new. Under the Welfare Act of 2005, employers has a duty to ensure the health, safety, and welfare of their employees. Minimizing carbon monoxide exposure falls under this act. OSHA standard for carbon monoxide exposure is 50 parts per million. OSHA prohibits workers from being exposed to more than 50 parts per million on an average during an 8-hour period. 28 states require installation of carbon monoxide detectors in private homes. Unfortunately, Iowa is not one of them. 12 states require they be installed in hotels and motels, and only 5 states actually require carbon monoxide detectors in school buildings. So it seems like lawmakers are starting to come around to the dangers that do come with carbon monoxide and are looking to start protecting from it. If you do want to check any of the references for the information in this video, they are listed at the end. Hopefully you learned something and stay safe.